Yeah, it's Jover. Okay, what is this about? Mr. Somali freaking up again? Now facing 41 years in Korean prison. I hope it's life. Low-key.
This is the disrespectful IRL streamer walking out of court realizing he's completely destroyed his life. And now he's facing
stone-faced killer, stone-cold killer.
A max sentence of over 40 years in prison once you add up all of his charges together. 6 of which he's already pleaded guilty to. And things just keep getting worse for this guy because he refuses to apologize. He keeps on doubling down on his moronic behavior, and at this point, he's just completely digging his own grave. To the point where he's honestly really going for that #1 spot of the Influencer Hall of Fame morons. Now, you may be asking, how is this possible? Well, he's built an entire career off of harassing people in public. He went to Japan to do exactly this, and quickly found out because people started—
I think the Japanese went way too light for him. They should have sentenced him to prison. At least Korea wouldn't have to deal with this shit. They only banned him, that's it.
Confronting him all the time. And it's crazy how much I called what was going to happen over 2 years ago.
You're from America?
Yes.
So am I.
You're from America?
Yeah, you're being obnoxious.
You know
what
we do to you?
What do you do?
We will do again.
Do what?
His career path is now limited.
Oh yeah, he was saying we're gonna bomb you again. Yeah, absolutely disgusting. It's been 2 years. I started talking, like doing this kind of content, like React stuff. I remember talking about it too.
To say the least. He can keep streaming to the morons who are entertained by his behavior, but at some point, being disrespectful like this will either get stale or it's going to catch up to him in the worst way possible.
But back then, he ended up being chased down by alleged Yakuza members. He was forced to apologize multiple
I completely forgot about this. He had to like publicly apologize to them
times, but because he didn't do it in a sincere way, he ended up fleeing Japan for Thailand.
Oh wait, he didn't even get banned? He fled? They let him leave the country without getting prosecuted? Nah. There's no way! They actually just nothing happened? He got banned afterwards. Oh, okay, so it was retroactive, but still. Yo. Is that Ice Poseidon? Oh my god.
Call me, be me if you need me. Now they all been watching like it's TV.
Where's the chat?
In the way I do it, looking like it's easy.
Listen, I'm here as a lawyer, listen.
But my head keeps spinning like a CD. Gotta do it right, never repeat. I just want more, you can tell when
this
you
beat
meet
kind of
me.
goes hard,
Police are here, guys. Oh, police extra price.
I do on board, trade flip, and it's easy. 2014, outside of my
Poseidon,
DC.
If you ain't doing like super degen shit, maybe I'll see you again.
Okay, I like that. We gotta go.
But you know, just don't get.
Oh no, I have the same phone as him. Oh man, I gotta change my phone.
Canceled all over Twitter again.
No worries, I won't be late.
Maybe throw it down like a bike, no kickstand. I've been feeling stuck in this life, no quicksand. Shit ain't coming quick, but I ride no instant. Still got kids coming up like turn down one band for more bands, have more planes. The core fans just stacked up, we stacked up, I felt and got back up.
申し訳ありませんでした。申し訳ありませんでした。Oh, you a bad. That's what it is.
Oh yeah, he went to the Israel border or something. And he was like harassing a freaking cop or a soldier.
You a bad.
I forgot about that.
I'll change your life, baby.
They don't know your name like it's what you're
yeah. Dude, that was kind of low-key a bop. Yeah.
September of 2024, he arrives here in Seoul, Korea, and he goes to the Mapo district, and he starts to stream by going straight into this GS25 store here. And he immediately made his way to the refrigerated section to buy soju, a traditional Korean alcoholic beverage normally made from either rice or sweet potatoes. And with this, he starts harassing the local citizens of Seoul. So after stopping at this GS25, they made their way down here. Obviously, this venue was packed, and he ended up running up on the stage.
This is where he disrupted that concert, and they got him for it. Yeah, it was a public disturbance. Dude, this is a trip down memory lane for sure.
So not long after he goes live here in Seoul, Korea, he immediately jumps up on this stage and interrupts a televised performance.
Yeah, I remember that.
So it took him about 10 to 20 minutes to start worrying if he was going to get arrested or not. So they made a run for it and ended up running to this bus stop right here, and they got on this bus. And here he only rode the bus for a few stops until the bus driver actually threw him off the bus, which in South Korea can easily be a business disruption charge, which he's currently facing 4 of. And you can really tell how uncomfortable his friend got with Johnny because he immediately left him because that was the last time he ever saw his friend on his stream.
Bro, stop being a piece of...
Oh my god! Okay!
Oh my goddamn!
And soon after, he went to this market and bought a fish, went onto a bus, and started harassing people with the fish and playing North Korean propaganda. And when people asked him to stop multiple times,
They take that super seriously, by the way. In South Korea, if you play it even as a joke, you can get into serious trouble for that.
did what he always does. He laughed in their face and didn't do so. So he was eventually confronted by the police. Lied to them, so they let him go, and then he continued what he was doing to begin with, and then he was confronted by the police again, and then he lied to them again, and then he was let go yet again. The cycle just keeps repeating with this guy, but unfortunately, they just kept a tally and kept charging him with more and more charges.
Why are you being to other people in other countries? For money, for clout.
I've said it many times. I don't give a I have no morals. I'm a sociopath. I don't give a
I
Put
mean,
this
at
in your
least
next
he's
YouTube
honest.
documentary. I don't give a fuck.
I want to apologize to the Korean people.
And at this point, I guess he just felt
I wanna
completely
apologize.
invincible here in South Korea, so that's what led him to do this 7-Eleven crash out, and then later on, the law...
Gosh, you're such a rat, man. Ugh. Imagine what he's like at home if this is how he is in public.
Latte World incident.
French, no English.
And this is what brought me to Seoul in March of 2025, because he was officially indicted, and I've been covering all of this from afar, but
South Korea is doing this for clout too? What? No. I don't think they're doing it for clout. I think they just don't know how to prosecute them, and it took them a while to prosecute him properly. How can a country do clout? To make themselves look better, I guess, but like make an example of him? Maybe, okay, I'll give the chatter the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they're making an example of him. Yeah, that's the word you wanted to use, because clout is not what I think you meant. Yes, they're making an example of him, correct. They're doing it so that nobody else does it. Yeah, correct.
I wanted to see what this train wreck was like in person. And honestly, I was in complete disbelief. I've never seen a person who clearly knew better act this dumb and completely destroy his life for zero upside. By March of 2025, he'd already been stuck in Korea for months. And finally, he had his opportunity to just apologize, take his penalty, and go home.
No.
What did he do though? Absolutely not that. Instead, he chose to insult the judge and judge's family just days before his trial, then show up to his trial over an hour late drunk.
Holy!
The prosecutor, you can suck my... Causing anxiety by carrying a fish. Tell the judge you can suck my... I'll bring a fish to your mother's house.
Do you admit the charges? Is there anything you want to say?
This little journalist, she's just doing God's
Don't
work.
you want to apologize?
I love North.
Now, as you can probably see, that was a complete disaster before, during, and after the trial.
Oh my God,
so did he take this as a massive wake-up call to maybe
What a clown.
sharpen up, start apologizing, and get his stuff together? Absolutely not. He continued to live stream himself committing felonies.
Abhorrent.
Stop this man! Stop this man! He's harassing my girlfriend. Go away.
At this point, I don't even know. How is this person real? And this is what's brought us back now in August of 2025, because he's now racked up 8 charges.
8 charges. Should have been 1 million. Make him
So we're
pick
now on our way
cabbages
to interview
forever
a guy
for
by the
kimchi.
name of Jung Do, because he hit me up the other day and he
John
claims
Doe.
that he sucker punched
Halo.
Johnny in the face, and he wanted to take us to the spot where he did it and give
This
some
is the guy that clocked him in the face in real life.
backstory to why he
found
did
him.
so. We're standing here in Gwangjang Market, and I'm here with Jung Do,
감사합니다.
who infamously
Red Dead Redemption enthusiast. Wait, he likes Red Dead Redemption. It's one of my favorite games of all time.
punched Johnny Smiley in the face while he was standing right here. I had a few questions for him about what happened, and my first question would be, why did you do it?
So the reason why I did it is because he was assaulting people in my country. Just by his behavior just made me feel like furious. Made me go like blind rage just by harassing women and children and elderly people because for its
Again, it's not the right thing to do to clock him in the face, but you know what? Very powerful aura.
clouds, and also desecrating the statue that memorializes women who were
He
forced into
definitely
slavery.
deserved it,
Sorry
but
about that,
holy
by
shit.
Japanese imperials. Which, by the way, most of them are underage. So after he did that, I just like, you know, screw it, I'm just gonna risk it.
Because you're in your 20s. I'm assuming most people in Korea in their 20s also feel the same way towards him, or...
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
yeah, everyone-
Look at this kid! He's like... What?
Just sick of him. Most people recognize him for
What the
wrong
heck?
reason.
If I may ask, how were you able to track him down?
So to make it short,
Didn't he get in trouble though? Like this guy that punched him in the face? Or did they let him go with like a warning? Yeah, I can't remember. He was let go? Yeah, obviously they were like, that was not a good thing to do, but they let him go. He got a fine? Yeah. Someone paid for his fine. See, I told you. I mean, again, it's not okay to fucking go clock someone for no reason, even if you hate them a lot. It's just like, you know, maybe he deserved it a little bit. Just a tad. Just a smidge. Just a smidgerino. Donut operator? Yeah.
I was
was
about
not
to
a
like,
good
you know,
thing
do
to
some of
do.
my
It's not
personal
good to
like
punch
problems
someone.
dealing with like a accounting thing.
Based
So then
on
all of a
operator.
sudden, around like 2 or 3 o'clock, Johnny was live streaming. I decided to call my friends, so we started to gather in the Discord call and told them, guys, this guy is streaming. We gotta figure this guy, where this guy is. I know where his house is, but I'm not sure if you go to other places that I'm not familiar with. So can you guys track him down while I'm riding a train?
Track him down.
And it's like, sure, go ahead. So basically the 4 of us figure out where he's going. Man, it was like a really long journey. And it kind of point I was like really exhausted by it. I was like really close to giving up. And then until one specific spot that helped me find this guy. It was a coffee shop right here.
Oh, so it was the white button coffee and dessert?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, okay.
But it's all
You have to keep in mind... There we go. Jesus, dude. You have to keep in mind Seoul is massive.
of this place that I figured it out. And all of a sudden I was like filled with just adrenaline coming up. In my mind, this one music from a Red Dead Redemption on the Nightmare. I think it's called Voodoo, Bad Voodoo. Have you played that game?
Yes.
So this music was like playing on my head. And then I was like...
No. Wait. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is what played in his head. Yo, that's crazy.
Kept running, and then I arrived here. And one of my friends just told me like, dude, I saw a police station in your camera. Bail, man, just bail. And then I walk across the street, and then I came here.
You ended up sucker punching him right here, and then you ran this way, right?
Yeah.
He kind of started chasing you a little bit, and you had a little bit of a confrontation. So you guys ran down here, and then if I remember correctly, you ran down here. And then this is essentially where the altercation ended. Because he said something, you ended up running a little bit back up the stairs, and then you went, oh, okay, I gotta disengage.
Yeah, I was like, you know, I'm just so tired. I just want to go back home. That's it. If you want to go around and harass these people just for clout or just do something really stupid in public,
To be fair, Johnny Somali like has actually like gone out of his way to like get into fights with people and throw things at them.
a life or do something.
Thanks so much for your time. I hope you have a wonderful day, man.
Is there a video?
Operating.
I don't think you can show it on YouTube. Yeah. Wait, I've seen it before, but you can't show like stuff like that on YouTube where people get clocked and stuff.
And 2 a.m. pizza secured. Now we gotta find a See You Again or a 7-Eleven. Oh, right here. Okay, that made it easy. Something in here is calling my name as well. Do I want a fish ice cream? It's like a bean paste ice cream. This also looks interesting.
This looks so
This kind of seems like a
Holy
vibe.
shit.
Honey apple ice cream cone. That's probably fascinating. So in Korea they do things where there's like, they give you an ice cup, and then you buy your own drinks, and then you mix it into the ice cup, and then you have a ready-to-go drink. Oh yeah, and you can also add all these things in here as well.
Tasty.
We have something else in mind though. Okay, so we've now acquired our ice cups, but instead of making our own drinks
Are you doing a GamerSub sponsorship?
inside of the 7-Eleven, which is extremely common here, we're gonna do it a little bit differently because today's video is sponsored by GamerSubs. Shout out GamerSubs. Without them, we wouldn't be in Korea right now. What we're gonna do is we bought some water and we're gonna mix in the ice. We got the mango gamer subs here now. What I do like about gamer subs is it doesn't taste chalky. Also, you can get gamer subs for what, 40 cents per serving. So it's basically the cheapest one on the market and it tastes the best. So I don't really see a loss here. And if you don't believe my statements, you can click this link in the description down below and use code ATOZI for a free sample pack of gamer subs. Yay! So it's 1 spoon of gamer subs per 500 milliliters. No, per 250 milliliters.
Is the blackberry limeade
Don't
good?
worry, I have to
Yeah, I
clean
like
that
that one too. Their limey stuff is great. Oh, look at him cleaning up after himself. What a nice guy.
And the ice will work as our own shaker cup today. Thankfully, Gamer Subs also has a whole plethora of wonderful shaker cups as well. It actually smells amazing.
Gamer girl shaker cups too. Mmm, tasty.
Dude, taste that. Taste that. That is actually amazing. What? Taste that. Genuinely.
What?
Okay, no, you got
No glaze. I am sponsored. It does taste good.
Dude, that's amazing. Cheers. Thank
What's
you.
your
Thank you.
caffeine intake though, boys?
Gombe. Thank you so much, Gamer Subs, for sponsoring this video.
Woo!
That was cooking with Arling, cooking with Earl, cooking with Atozi. Raise your hand if you've ever seen something like this before. Sally sells seashells by the seashore.
Thank you.
Nailed that first try. Wait, I can't rotate that way. That's okay.
Sally sells seashells by the seashore.
Did you see that?
Jesus Christ.
Did you see that? I caught it.
That was the gamer subs.
That was purely Gamer Subs. Gamer Subs GG/Atozi. Use code ATOZI so you can have Razor quick reflexes like me, and I'm completely jaywalking like a complete moron. I'm so sorry. Well, actually, I wasn't jaywalking. We had the right of way. Dude, we were so locked in.
So going into the trial, we had a lot of questions revolving Hank and Johnny's relationship because recently...
Oh my god. I think they're like star-crossed lovers or something. The way the guy sticks up for him no matter what is kind of crazy.
Hank went onto the K-Town Social podcast and said, hey, Johnny owed him $20,000. He wasn't associated with Johnny anymore, and Johnny no longer lived with him. And to be fair, are we surprised there's trouble in paradise when you have two dudes living on top of each other in a extremely small...
Did he really say that?
Surprised there's trouble in paradise when you have two dudes living on top of each other.
I think he said that on purpose.
In a extremely small apartment for about a year. No. Especially when you consider that one of the dudes there is not making any money. He's actually just a drain on this dude's life, and he's causing a massive rift between him and his family. And this guy's family is paying for the other dude's trial. It's just not a good deal for them whatsoever.
We're now headed to the Johnny Somali trial. It's the day of. The trial begins in just a few hours.
Let's go.
It's pouring rain.
I'm excited.
In Seoul. So we have the umbrellas on deck.
It rains a lot in Seoul.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens today because
it's
this apparently is supposed to be the most important trial day because you actually have a witness, which is Bong Bong. And it'll also be really interesting to see if Bong Bong actually shows up because it seems like there's been a lot of intimidation towards her because Johnny Somali and the people who support him don't want her to show up and testify. But again, she's not the only one who has the deepfake charges against him.
Was there a chance that this is also the day that we get to know like the closing dates and whatnot?
Could be. And the other interesting thing that's happening today is we'll find out what the fourth obstruction of business is. Also, today the trial is actually at 4 p.m., not 9 in the morning, so the odds of him not oversleeping and showing up drunk are a lot higher, but never zero with this guy.
Yeah. Or a MAGA hat. I don't know. He wore that last time.
So what are we expecting to happen today in court?
We're going to hear a new charge, which is obstruction of business. We know that.
Yeah.
And we're going to hear a plea.
Yeah.
Johnny. We're going to hear him confirm his address.
Yeah.
Confirm his occupation. See what he's going to say. And then, what do we got? Bong Bong.
Right. Okay.
Bong Bong.
She's going to testify.
Bong Bong.
Cute
name.
Well, I guess we'll check back in when we know. So Johnny's current freedom will be decided behind these doors.
Obviously, I can't film inside the court, so we did a little drawing again. So here you
That's cute. Wait.
see the judge. And
Translator, judge, prosecution. Wait, this is like a cute drawing. Why does he look like Harry Potter?
the middle there. And then on one side, you have the prosecution. And on the other side, you have the defense. And clearly, we had a very sad Johnny Somali sitting in court today. So this is essentially what it looked like.
He's very sad. You guys can't see. Hold on. Look at the little frowny face. It's so cute. Wait, that's his defense attorney. Look at his defense attorney. He looks cooked. He's like, oh man, I gotta defend this guy. Man, my job sucks.
Translator in the middle, and then you have the prosecution and the defense on opposite sides, and obviously the judge in the middle, behind what says court in Korean there.
Hey, brother. Here's the boys. How we feeling?
Did you see that strut?
That strut? He was showing off.
Dude was definitely walking cursive, or at the very least, italic. I've never seen someone try to keep that straight of a face before. All right, so we just got out of court. What were the big updates that happened during it?
Well, we had not a surprise witness, because the definition of that is somebody who we didn't know was going to be called. But we just made a mistake about assuming who was going to be called. It actually turned out to be the Lotte World employee who had to deal with Donnie.
Oh, so we thought Bong Bong was going to be called, but it wasn't Bong Bong. It was her instead.
Yes. So that was for the section of business at Lotte World, and then Johnny
Lotte
changed
World.
his plea to guilty. So
Can't the companies like join in the lawsuit if they choose to? Yo, wait, what? Why are you guys? Holy shit! I didn't see the raid. Yo, Rara, спасибо большое. Jesus Christ, can you guys? Слушай, люди, не надо так спамить страшно. Holy shit, man. Люди, can you guys not please chill out? Не надо так спамить страшно. Спасибо, конечно, я не... Пожалуйста, не осуждайте, но спамить не надо. Yeah, chill. Yeah. Thank you, though. Машу... Слушай, mods, can you time them out if they spam that shit? Yeah, please don't do that. Не надо спамить, чуваки. Да, можно, конечно, писать осуждаем, но не надо так спамить страшно. No, unban that guy that just said it once, but like, if he's spamming it, like, time him out for sure. Yeah. Мы тут смотрим про Джонни Сомали. Ты русская? Нет, не русская, блядь. What are you watching? Мы смотрим видос про Джонни Сомали в Южной Корее. Как он... как его... How do you say prosecute? In Russian? I forgot. Prosecute. Судят, да. Судят его в Южной Корее за то, что он там наделал. Yeah. Fake Russian? Yep, totally. Ну ладно, спасибо большое, так и надо.
Therefore, she didn't have to testify.
Exactly. There's no need for her to testify.
Okay.
She said she could just go because she pled guilty. So he changed that one plea, so now we only have 2 not guilty pleas.
And the 2 that are not guilty pleas, those are both for the deepfakes or for the...
Those are both for the deepfakes.
Right.
And
they're
going to call witnesses for that, which is what they were arranging now.
Okay, so they did not originally want witnesses for that, or that's what...
the lawyers tried to stop it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Since he insists on a not guilty plea, they have to call the witnesses.
Yeah, they stopped it.
Now...
For those that don't know, you're allowed to stop people from coming forward with evidence. They tried to block it, and they stopped it. Or they tried to.
Witnesses are involved. That means the next trial is going to be 2 to 3 months out from now, I'm assuming.
October 24th.
October 24th is the next trial then, okay.
We're waiting a confirmation from that right now because we always want to check. But it sounded like You're pretty sure that sounded like October 24th, right? Yeah.
The lawyer was asking for too much time for cross-referencing, so the judge said that prosecution said they only needed like 10-15 minutes. He wanted like 25-30 minutes.
So that means the lawyer, since the lawyer first tried to stop the testimony, or stop the witnesses, but since the court insists on the witnesses, the lawyer asked for more time than they could allocate.
Okay.
So that means
the reason that they have allocations for time is that people can't just yap and start extending the court case, so they have more time to think about it. You have to have an allocated slot for it.
He really wants to, grill the witnesses.
So would you overall say this trial went good or bad for Johnny, or this case, or this trial date?
I think it was pretty stupid.
Okay.
It was but you have a defendant who's insisting on these not guilty pleas, and you have a lawyer who was just flustered. And this was actually the first time we heard this lawyer make an argument.
Yeah, and how do you do?
His argument was that Johnny did not
hear what he's saying.
produce the deep fakes; he only distributed them.
Right.
To which the prosecution says, well, that's what you're accused of. You're accused of distributing them.
Yeah.
Regardless of whether...
Guys, I had the drugs on me. I wasn't the one selling the drugs.
You made them.
Yeah.
So why are you insisting on a not guilty plea? But he is. It's a paradox.
Right.
It's like basically saying...
you made them, you're guilty.
Yes.
Oh, if you said you distributed them, you're guilty.
Yeah, they cannot deny having distributed them. I think it goes back to what the lawyer said, like way back when. We said the law itself is stupid.
Right. Okay.
They're trying to argue.
They're trying the Chewbacca defense.
Oh my god, this is such an old episode from South Park. This is from like the 2000s, like early 2000s, or even the 90s.
Johnny.
The Chewbacca defense.
Excuse me, guys. No, okay. They don't want to be on camera.
What's interesting also is the North Korea charges that were hovering over his head, because he was actually brought in for questioning there. And he essentially got out of that by saying, hey, I didn't know what I was saying or doing. Please don't charge me.
When I go to the judge tomorrow and say, oh, I'm sorry,
I think my favorite part is that he was wearing the MAGA hat for so long, and then he stopped wearing it because he was convinced that Donald Trump would try and bail him out, and then that didn't work out, so he stopped wearing it. Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, the president's gonna bail me out. It's like, yeah, sure.
I don't know what's going on. I plead mentally insane. And they say, okay, go home with a fine of $500.
Well, the only problem with that is his own streams, just like everything else he does. But here, he proves that he is very aware of how serious this behavior is here.
What's the law on that? You said you read up on the law. What's the law on that, North Korea? All right, so no propaganda.
This is the guy that left him, who said he's being too cringe.
Bro,
no propaganda.
Like,
what is
don't carry around no.
What's the definition of propaganda?
Papers, like papers promoting Kim Jong Un, like T-shirts promoting Kim Jong Un. None of that, bro.
I ain't got no T-shirt.
No, I know, but don't be talking about him and saying he's a real god and whatnot.
What's kind of ironic of all this is clearly, as we saw in the start of this video, Johnny wanted so badly to be liked and kind of be like Ice Poseidon. But unfortunately for him, his own behavior led to him being hated even by his idol.
This is the reality.
Never meet your idols, man.
The situation, okay? I'm telling you the reality.
Wow.
I went to Japan before, no problems. After,
dude, that's shiesty. Look at the balaclava, люди, он просто как. He looks like a soldier. Like he's LARPing. He's role playing.
You did role play. I went to Japan. A bunch of problems. Why is that? Because of you. Made my life harder, so I do not like you.
He's getting told off by his idol.
So clearly, reality is slowly kicking in with Johnny that, hey, you're no longer playing a game. You have some serious consequences that are hanging over your head. Because it seems like he's taking this more seriously now. He still showed up late, but at least he had a fitting suit, and he didn't make a whole scene when he arrived. But the main thing I noticed looking at him was, wow, he looks incredibly defeated. But unfortunately for him, he still hasn't apologized. He's now ran out of time to apologize and get a more lenient sentence here because for some reason he just keeps doubling down. His whole strategy here
God, I really hope they just get him for like, I don't know. I just want them to give him at least like 20 years. That would be so amazing.
Does not make sense
hey, look,
because
he's got
he was hit with
yeah.
8 charges, 6
I
of
like
which
that one.
he's already pleaded
And
guilty
flavor.
to. That was the 4 obstruction of business charges and the 2 misdemeanors. But the last 2 charges, which are the more serious charges, he pleaded not guilty to. And he did it in a little bit of an interesting way because these last 2 charges, they are for distributing and creating deepfakes. And he pled not guilty, but also said while he was pleading not guilty that, oh, he did distribute them. And while that could make sense if you're in the US, here in Korea, under his circumstances, that does not make sense whatsoever because he's ran out of money. He's using Hank's money to keep paying for his own attorney. And this is only going to prolong the entire trial process.
It's not even his own money.
And
why does he die with this guy, man? He just rides or dies with him. Yo, Pickle, what up? Thank you so much for the raid. We're watching a video on Johnny Somali getting prosecuted in South Korea. Yo, what up, guys? I hope you had a great stream.
and make his sentencing even harsher because he's not pleading guilty. And as we've already established, he's already distributed them. So from the people I've talked to here, that'll extend both his trial process, but also make his sentence way harsher. And realistically, he's looking at a prison sentence from anywhere from 3 to 8 years here. And that's if the charges stay as is, because before every single trial date, they add more charges. And that's because, again, he live streamed himself committing felonies because the dude can't stop incriminating himself. So this might go down as one of the largest cases of a streamer effing around and finding out. But if you want to try Gamersubs for free, you can go to gamersubs.gg/Atozy. You can get a free sample packet when you use code Atozy. Or if you want another way to support the channel, we have a whole plethora of new releases over on matt.city, including the Seoul collection. And you could use those as a rug on the floor or hang them up as wall decor. It's up to you. I mean, look at this thing.
Yeah.
It looks pretty dope. Matt City, baby.
Notice how they're actually braided as well, so they'll actually last a long time.
Also, a lot of people wanted the exact drawing I did from court last time, but unfortunately, I discarded it. But this time, I'm keeping it. And if someone wants it, I'll just be putting it on eBay. Open bid, $1. Have at it, guys. It could be yours for maybe like 20 bucks. Who knows? Depending on how many people
Dude, I want to check it. How much does it cost now?
will actually want it.
I also want to give a big shout out to Gabe from Culture Brat Productions for helping with clips for this video, and he's just dropping one of the largest documentaries on IRL streaming now soon, which he's just released a trailer to right here, which you can check out here. But other than that,
dude, I miss when Ice Poseidon was just an OSR streamer. I miss that, man. That era was crazy. Back in like 2016. I didn't even play RuneScape at the time, but I would watch his clips, and it would constantly be on livestream fails and stuff. And now he's birthed this horrible generation of cringe-ass IRL streamers that are just nuisance streamers that are worthless and don't contribute to society at all, and they're not even entertaining. Like, again, people can argue and say, oh, streaming's not worth anything in society, right? But at the same time, it's like, he's actually making it worse.